Yo guys, welcome back to another episode of ILATWIRC. So this week's episode speaks about changes to Demolition, changes to the entire in-game economy, and Tenacity is getting a massive nerf. If you like the video, then do give it a like, that'd be pretty cool. If you do have any questions about this, leave them in the comments, or come join me in my Twitch chat. We stream Rogue Company almost daily, so you're pretty likely to see me on in the evening. Come drop in and feel free to ask any questions that you have. Other than that, we're just going to jump straight into the content because there is a lot to get through today.
Hey Rogues, and welcome back to another episode of Twerk. In the next release, we will be increasing the amount of rounds per half in Demolition from 6 to 8.
Also, apparently they are going to increase the length of the games for Strikeout as well. Strikeout, they're looking to up the per round kill count from 12 to 16. So it's roughly about the same percentage change in the length of the game. So personally, I'm not really for or against this one. I know some people that I've spoken to are against it though. They think that the length of the games are fine as they are. One thing that I think they could have done is instead of maybe extending both halves by 2 rounds, they could have added an overtime system where if 2 teams are drawn on 6 points each, they have to win 2 rounds in a row in order to win the game. Now, I would only implement this in ranked. I don't think it's a very good mechanic for casual, but I'm pretty indifferent to this update. I think cool, fine. The next bit is spicy though.
With more rounds overall, the economy needs to be adjusted accordingly. Overall, the round win and loss bonuses will be reduced to $6,500 and $5,500 respectively, a $1,000 reduction.
I'm going to get my calculator out in a minute. This is going to have a massive effect on the game.
Another goal we had with this round of economy changes was reducing uniformity in the store and trying to price items closer to what we feel is their true value. For weapons, shotguns and SMGs now cost $1,000 less than assault rifles and snipers. For gadgets, lethal gadgets will now cost $5,000. Upgrades that increase the effectiveness of a gadget, things like radius and damage, will now cost $1,000 less than the base cost of the gadget. Upgrades that give you an additional use of utility gadgets are now priced identical to the base cost of the gadget.
So it's time for the calculator. If I start the game with 5 grand, same as we always have, and I buy myself a frag grenade, I'm left with nothing. Our team goes on to win the round. We get 6,500 and I get an assist. I can now buy a shotgun or an SMG, but I cannot buy an assault rifle. This alone is going to have a massive effect on the way the game plays. We're going to be seeing a lot more SMGs. We're going to be seeing a lot more shotguns. We're going to be seeing a lot less assault rifles. And I have a feeling we'll be seeing a little less of the lethals. However, grenade damage is increased to 150. This is going to have a massive effect on the way that grenades are used, especially with the changes that are coming to Tenacity, which will be explained later in the video. I kind of feel like that guy from It's Always Sunny with the pinboard, that meme, but it is all coming together. There's a lot of changes here. And of course, with utility upgrades being priced down a bit and grenades being buffed, we may see a return of the Dahlia Trench meta. But if I have 5,000 at the start of the round and I decide to buy a frag grenade and my team loses, I have got a massive amount to make up in order to get a weapon if we lose. Whereas currently I could do nothing at all in a winning round and still get a gun, or I could just get a single revive or a single assist and get a gun in a losing round. What this is going to mean is the first round encounter, I think, will be a lot more pistol based. I think less people will be buying grenades. And I think the second round is going to be a lot more one-sided, with the team that won the first round having a huge advantage over those that didn't. They're trying to make the game more competitive by extending the rounds and changing the economy. This may put too much of an emphasis on the pistol round though. I mean, at the end of the day, we'll see, but definitely some changes are coming.
For perks, Padded Steps, Evade, Shredder Rounds, Cloaked, and Berserker have all seen a cost reduction from 4K down to 3K. Helping Hand, Bounce Back, and Nimble Hands have had their costs reduced from 6.5K to 5K.
I think it's fair that they're 3k rather than 4k. And I think it's fair that they're cheaper than a frag grenade as well. A frag grenade or a Semtex or a C4 gives you way more use than it does to move a tiny bit faster when you get damaged. So I think that makes more logical sense. Helping Hand, Bounce Back, and Nimble Hands are all really, really good perks. Having these perks reduced from 6.5k to 5k is going to make them a lot more accessible, and also they're going to be available now in the first round. So you're going to see some players that decide to go for a perk like Bounce Back instead of a grenade in the first round. The true team support Saint mains are going to be very happy. They can get their fast res in the first round. Mind you, it may leave them with no money later on.
Tenacity has seen a cost increase of 6.5k to 8k and a reduction in efficacy from 40% damage reduction to 30% explosive damage reduction.
Fuck! Tenacity may have just been nerfed into the ground. Some players may welcome that. Some players may entirely welcome that. As a Ronin main, Tenacity is a massive issue for me, especially as a Ronin main that likes to use grenades. But what we've seen here is a reduction in the amount of damage that Tenacity blocks and an increase in the amount of damage a grenade does. If I hit someone with a frag grenade, it does 150 damage. And if they have Tenacity, I'm still hitting 105 damage. Not to mention the extra kill radius that gives you if someone doesn't have Tenacity. So now the only characters that can withstand an impact from a fully upgraded grenade will be Anvil if he has Tenacity and Armor, Glitch if he has Tenacity and Armor, Scorch if she has Tenacity and Armor, and then of course Vi if she has Tenacity and a little bit of poison healing, or of course an active Chak, but only very slightly an active Chak. So we went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters that can withstand a grenade, maybe 8 characters, to 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, remember, very shortly, Vi's Tenacity is being taken away, and then there will be just 3 characters that can withstand it. Also, with some of the information we have on Seeker, which I'll be covering in another video soon, he gets 60% additional damage when he bounces a grenade. So the Seeker will be able to do 125 damage with a bounce grenade, plus 60%. He's going to be able to annihilate people as well. If you take 30% off of that, he's going to be able to kill people with Tenacity and with Armor. But the bounce grenade will remain the same. It will hit 87.5, which won't kill someone in one shot if they have Tenacity.
Upgraded C4s and grenades will now down players with Tenacity, with the new change to grenade upgrades allowing them to deal 150 damage at max rank. Headstrong, tracker rounds, and life drain are all seeing an increase from 10k to 12k, while resupply is only increasing to 11k. Lifeline and replenish will remain at 10k.
They packed all of that information into a very, very short segment. I wonder if that was deliberate. So they're increasing the price of Armor, they're increasing the price of Tenacity. So in total, you have to pay an additional 3.5k to withstand that grenade. Not only are there less rogues that are actually able to withstand a grenade, but they have to spend a lot of money to get it now, 20k. Also, something that I think is interesting, they've added 2 additional rounds to each half, and I was assuming that the economy would make things a little bit more expensive to mean that people can still buy things as the game progresses. But if we look at the couple of examples they've given us here, they've given us Anvil, they've given us Saint, and they've given us Dima. There's not much change in how much their entire kit costs. I'll whack a little graphic on the screen so you can see exactly the differences between their kit before and now. But it seems like Anvil's kit goes up by 1k if he buys his shotgun, or 2k if he buys his LMG. Saint's entire kit goes down by 2 grand. Dima's kit goes down by 3k. And just using the same maths, here is how much each of the characters' kits changes with this update. So while it's only a small change, this economy update is low-key a Kestrel and Trench buff and kind of a Glitch, Talon, and Anvil nerf. So that's weird, I think. I think that's strange. There is without a doubt in my mind going to be an explosive meta very soon, as soon as these changes come out. Dahlia and Trench are going to be in strong meta again, I think, which may in turn bring rogues like Glitch back. Rogues like Dima and Ronin may be played more, seeing as people won't be able to afford Tenacity as much. But yeah, this is going to be a massive switch in the meta.
A small note for Strikeout players. With the increase in cost to lethal gadgets, we'll be increasing the starting cash of the game mode to 13,000. We want to preserve players' ability to buy their weapon as well as a lethal right out of the gate.
And there you go, they're increasing the starting cash in Strikeout as well. Makes sense.
No road replay this week, guys. My name's been Pretty Hair. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode of This Week in Rogue Company.
This is a big one. So hopefully that gives you the rundown on this newest update. I'm excited, but a little scared. This is a lot of stuff to be changing with the game's economy. The player test server is going to be having a massive effect on how this plays out. And I'm going to be diving into the player test server in the coming days, and I'll bring you a video on that very soon. So on the outro screen, if you see a video speaking about the player test servers, then please do click on that, because that is going to be full of content that will be changing in Rogue Company within the coming months. If you don't see that video, then do make sure you subscribe, because you're probably not going to want to miss it. Either way, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll have a look at this graph, and we'll see you in the next one.